Today's September 4th, 2024. We're in the book of Ezekiel, and we're looking at this new temple that is being prophesied about. And so what's the setting? Well, Ezekiel began his ministry before the deportation, and then he's taken into exile in Babylon. And he's encouraging them that judgment will not last forever. Chapter 37, we read about the Valley of Dry Bones. And then chapter 38 and 39, this battle with Gog and Magog, where Israel's enemies will be defeated. And that's still to come. And so chapters 40 through 48, he relates about this temple. And it's around the 25th year of their captivity, so there's still some time. But he's going to describe this enormous, new, beautiful temple. And what hope that it's supposed to bring to a people not at home, a people separated from their homeland, that there is a place and a future for them. And so he's going to recount this vision that he has, and the questions go, well, should this be thought of as something real? Is this something just to help them? Again, we believe that this is describing a real millennial kingdom type of temple. In other words, it's not been built yet. It's larger than any temple that was in Jesus' day, and that was wonderful, right? And there's no temple there on the mount in Jerusalem right now. And so this is when Jesus sets up his kingdom in the beginning of the 1,000-year reign. And it kind of fits when you think about it, because it's his kingdom. He's going to build it. He's going to make it right. We don't have to bring in the kingdom. We don't have to try to work for the kingdom. That's his job. And so for the people of Israel, as they're in exile and they're hearing about this, just this hope, of this glorious temple, and how God's going to fill it with his glory. Chapter 43. It says, verse 2, the glory of the God of Israel was coming from the east, and the sound of his coming was like the sound of many waters, and the earth shone with his glory. And he falls on his face, right? And then the Spirit brings him into the inner court, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple. You think, well, yeah, that's a wonderful picture, but how does that transpire in and for us? Well, again, there's part of it that's just, that's still to come. And so there's hope, right? That God's plans will be enacted. God's future is laid out for the world, for his people. And in Ezekiel, we get some sense, of the Spirit that isn't always there throughout every book necessarily. And so we start to see how the Spirit is causing him to see and giving him insight. And eventually, New Testament, Jesus is going to leave. I'm going to send another of the same kind, right? That's the Holy Spirit. He's the helper. He's going to live within us. And so, as we peruse through Ezekiel, and you can just get lost in some of those details and think, man, I don't care. No, just say, Lord, I don't know all of what this means or it looks like even sometimes, and it's kind of hard to read because it sounds like it's just talking about a building, but I understand that it speaks to who you are and your plans for a future and a hope for your people. And so I hope it helps you come to that place of trust. Right? Because when we see the Old Testament and we see the arc of it and the pointing towards Jesus, and we get to Jesus and go, yes, so great. And we could just sort of put the book down and go, yeah, we're it. Remember, the story's not finished. Right? You're still on earth. I'm still on earth. Right? So our story's not finished. The end of the Jewish people is not yet. There's still a future and a hope for them. And the future and the hope for mankind is that Jesus is going to set up his kingdom. That's going to be pretty outstanding. Till next time, keep growing little by little.